Colombian musician Cesar Lopez has dedicated his life to challenging the violence in his country. That is why, in 2003, Lopez created the escopetarra, or shotgun guitar. He wanted to turn a destructive object into something positive.
Our dream is to have it play more notes than the number of bullets it shot.
Lopez takes the AK-47s given up by guerrilla fighters or militia soldiers and turns them into guitars. He has traveled to more than 30 countries to play the instrument in front of gangs, inmates, and youth to educate them on nonviolence. In concerts like this one, called Songs for a Country After War, he delivers a strong message of peace through the lyrics of his music.
As artists, we must ask what we can do with art to heal this country, to prevent people from killing each other, to encourage respective differences.
Cesar doesn't just send messages of peace through his music. Every year, on the International Day of Nonviolence in October, Cesar leads a campaign he created that calls for 24 hours of zero violent deaths in Latin America. The campaign is called 24-0. More than a challenge, Lopez asks Colombians to reflect on the fact that the vast majority of the country's violent deaths are not due to the armed conflict. There has been a steady increase in levels of urban violence due to robberies, assaults, and drug trafficking by individuals and criminal groups.
In Colombia, of the 11,000 that died violent deaths in 2016, only 400 can be attributed to the armed conflict. The rest are caused by us due to intolerance, machismo, and our difficulty understanding people who are different. We have a lot to say about that through the escopetarra and through music.
Luego nosotros tenemos todavía mucho que cantar y mucho que decirle a este país.
En Bogotá, Cesar Lopez, el aplauso para él.
This year, Lopez was asked to play in an event to commemorate the FARC guerrillas' disarmament. The end of more than 50 years of armed conflict is a historic moment, he says, and art should serve as medicine to treat battered souls.
To remember the past, to prevent repetition, to stop the polarization of society, to educate a generation to be more compassionate and without hate, and to deconstruct the enemy. There are so many missions we have with these tools.
Colombia's conflict may have ended, but artists like Cesar Lopez know there's still much to contribute to the peace-building process. Michelle Vegas, CGTN, Bogotá.